Parents, we have to stop hiding our sin from our children, thinking that we're saving them from something. Listen to me. When we hide our sins from our children, we're actually setting them up for failure. Let me give you a reminder in the Bible. You remember King David? Yeah, David and Goliath that grew up to become King David one day. Well, yeah, he had some issues. One of those issues was he had a lusting spirit on him. And that's right, he slept with somebody else's wife, had the man killed, took her in. He tried to hide his sin, but Prophet Nathan came in and exposed him. Our children will suffer the same fate as us, or relive some of the same struggles that we had, all because we were not open and honest with them about our own struggles. Listen, I'm going to show you and give you a reminder, or if you just didn't even know that this actually happened in the Bible, go and read it for yourself. Anything that I tell you, I want to give you scripture so you can go and read it for yourself. So in 2 Samuel chapter 13, starting in verse 1, David had a son named Amnon, and he had a sister. And he had an unusual desire for his own sister. And if you would read that whole thing, I'm not going to go through it. This is why I'm encouraging you to read. If you look at it, he was lusting after his own sister. And even when she begged him no, or even if, hey, you know what, if you want to do this, let's get married. But he had an uncontrolled lust desire after his own sister, which is not natural. But where did that come from? That lust came from daddy wanting somebody else's wife. And so in turn, the son is suffering the same fate as his dad, but because dad never sat down and talked to him and said, hey, listen, I struggle with this. You may struggle with it too. He also ended up doing some of the same things, some of the foul things that daddy once did. And I'm not done there. There's one more story. That's right, King Solomon. Remember King Solomon, the wisest man in the Bible, the one that gave us the book of Proverbs and so much wisdom? How do you think he gave us so much wisdom? Because he went through a lot of stuff. Well, he also had a sexual problem. He had a lust problem. If you go to 1 Kings chapter 11 and verse 3, it'll tell you that he had 700 wives, princesses, and 300 concubines. I have one wife, and that's enough. Can you imagine 700 plus 300? That is a lot. So we have to, as parents, be honest and open with our former sins. Guess what? Just because you used to do something don't mean you do it anymore. That's fine. You're covered by the grace of God. But help the next generation by sharing your struggles with them privately